Alright, well thanks for joining me today as I show you how this Rust-Oleum high heat paint works. I went ahead and took the headers off of my 5-liter Mustang here. I went ahead, sanded them up, took steel wool to them, got all the old finish off as best I could, got them all cleaned up. I'm going to go ahead and try this out. I've never used this before, but it's the Rust-Oleum high heat. I'm going to go ahead and apply it like it says and go ahead and go through the bake cycle in the oven. So I'm going to go ahead and document the applying of this and then the heat cycle and see how it works. I went ahead and set up a makeshift paint booth here in my shed. So I'll go ahead and apply it, and I'll let you know how it turns out. Stay tuned. Alright, well thanks for sticking with me. I went ahead and painted my headers with the Rust-Oleum high heat. Was a flat black paint here. I went ahead and painted them. The paint went on, no problems at all. It dried and laid evenly. I went ahead and applied it just like the instructions said, which said to apply a nice even coat, wait a little bit, a couple minutes, and you can apply a little bit more, and then you let that dry for a solid hour before you apply a second coat. I went ahead and did that. About 45 minutes I waited before I did the second coat. As you can see, everything looks really good. Only about one area I think I got a little bit of a run. I don't think I can get it there. The camera's about right there. You can see it. I laid it on a little thick. That's about the only spot. Other than that, it went on perfectly. I waited an hour, applied the second coat. Now I'm going to go ahead and follow the instructions like it says to go ahead and finish the curing process in the oven. It says to do 250 degrees for 30 minutes, then let them cool for 30 minutes, and then they go back in at 400 degrees for another 30 minutes, let them cool again for 30 minutes, and then it's 600 degrees for 30 minutes, and then you let them cool. Then after that it says they should be cured, and that makes them as the most durable finish they can have. So far so good with this, so I'm going to go ahead and do that cure cycle, and then after I get done with that, I'll get back to you and let you know how that turned out. Stay tuned. Alright, I finished the 3-step heating process in the oven now. The first step was at 250 degrees Fahrenheit, then at 400 degrees, and finally at 600 degrees. Total time with cooling in between each step was 3 hours. Well, how do they look? Well, exactly the same. They look just like I did before I put them in the oven. No difference. I thought maybe the color would change just a little bit, but nope, nothing at all. They look exactly the same as when I first put them in, or before I put them in the oven. Which is good. They still look great, so no complaints. I did use the oven in my kitchen, so odor was a bit of a concern. It did smell a little bit like fresh paint, but that smell didn't really leave the kitchen area. It was pretty much confined to the kitchen. Not bad at all, and it went away quickly after the oven was off and everything cooled. This one can covered both headers with 2 thick coats perfectly well. I even had a little bit extra. The paint was easy to apply, and in my opinion it looks great. It says here that it is heat resistant up to 2000 degrees Fahrenheit. It also stops rust and is gas and oil resistant. The reason for the heating cycle was to increase the durability of the paint. Only time will tell how durable the finish is. But for now, for $6, I'm definitely happy with the results. So I hope this video was helpful, and thanks again for watching.